absolutely free. I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98, or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free. I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98, or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free. I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98, or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free. I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98, or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free. I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more.
Live from Studio 6B on a Monday, Christmas Eve special. Oh, look at this. The gang is all here. One empty seat for Slick Rick, who's going to be late. Is at another Christmas party, of course.
Very busy.
Of course. He's very busy. He's about 4 Pelosi Balvinis into the into the party tonight. So he'll be joining us in a little bit. But Vinnie Mac is here, sitting right over there. Rick Delgado, Kevin Downey Jr. joining us tonight as well. Slick will be right here. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always, and Harry on the highways in the building as well. Glad you're in on a Monday night Christmas Eve special. Tried to get Paul Nolan here tonight as well. Paul could not join us, so we'll miss him tonight. But everybody else is here. Mr. Delgado, how are you?
I am good.
What is
festive.
What did you get hit by a Christmas tree on the way in, or what? What is this?
This is I'm wearing my birthday present from the kids. They got me the elf jacket for Christmas, knowing that I could probably wear it at least once.
Christmas or birthday, you said?
Birthday.
Birthday was Saturday.
Birthday was Sunday.
Monday. Happy belated birthday to Rick Delgado.
Thank you.
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook too. I think I wrote something on your timeline.
You might have.
Yes, I did. Happy birthday. How was it?
It was good. Got to do it.
How's it feel to be 60?
I don't know. Vin?
Oh.
Exactly. I can tell you.
Well, that was
Feels
a good
great.
one there.
Oh, boy. I got to bring my gift back, though. I got you that same jacket. I got to put it back. I don't know what I'm going to get him now.
Yeah, so how was the rest? So the weekend was good?
The weekend was good. I amazingly, believe it or not, went on social media, too. Something I usually don't do in the weekends to give myself a break.
Were you talking to Vin?
Yeah.
Before you did it? He inspired you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But maybe next time I will.
Yeah, you should do
But
that.
no, good stuff.
All right.
Good stuff. So I got my Nakatomi shirt on
Yeah.
to celebrate my 24 hours of Die Hard that I was enjoying over the weekend.
Okay.
And,
All right, good.
Now I'm here.
Vinnie Mac's here. Vinnie Mac, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good.
Sure, social media was involved with yours.
What's that?
I said, I'm sure some social media was involved with yours.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go a day without a battle. I don't take weekends off either. You know, liberals are still working over the weekend.
That's a good
They're
point.
still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took it easy. I know I worked out, and I try to keep myself in shape, as you know. So I spent the weekend. I went both Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Well, you're in very good shape, and you're obviously, now that you're going with the hair that I've always told you to go with, you're very good looking.
Thank you.
So finally,
Thank you. Well, it's a new hairpiece, but I like it. Hold it up.
Just let it fly. So
Yeah.
very good. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. He's the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show. Mr. Downey Jr., how are you? Very nice hat.
Thank you. This is my elf hat. I get to wear it a couple times a year.
Why don't you pull your mic in there so we can actually hear what
Oh,
you're
sorry.
saying?
There you go. Is that
I know
better?
you do radio, I think, so usually you know that the mic has to be in front of you.
I pretend to do radio. You know, I had a guest today.
Yeah. Oh, well, who was that, Kevin?
And it happened to be.
Let me say it in my broadcaster's voice. Who was your guest today?
I heard it was a phenomenal, probably your best show you've ever done. That's what I've
You
heard.
know, I got, as the kids say, mad respect for you being on today. You killed it. They loved
Really?
you. They loved you. We'll have to have you back on next year
right.
when you take a Monday off. You don't take you don't take Mondays off often, do you?
Not usually, no.
Okay, I didn't think so.
My other job doesn't allow me to.
So I was doing my morning show this morning at around 10 o'clock. I went live, I think, at 10 exactly. And I see that your guest is Rick Delgado.
That's me.
And so what we did on the morning show was we brought you guys in, and we listened to the two of you, and I said, of course, terrible things about the two of you as we were listening.
Why am I not surprised?
As we were going on to Project Bluebeam and other stuff, and the audience, well, as they always do, their comments as we were listening to the two of you were just absolute gold, comedic gold, as we were listening to the two of you talking about, well, what you guys love to talk about. So we listened to about 2 segments worth.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
No, it sounded great. I mean, you guys sounded great. Sounded like great radio. And we listened to a bunch of it, and the audience had a great time listening to it. And I know you've been getting a lot of LFS6B audience involved with the show, haven't you?
A ton. And some of them texted in today. And they were like, "Why? We love you guys. How come you don't do this more?" I said, "Well, Delgado is a big-time radio guy. and I'm just a plebe. I'm a plebe.
I heard
in my cool life, I was a big time leader.
didn't somebody
cool life
text
ended.
in today saying that sounds like the guy from O&O?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you said, yes, it is. You said, that's because I was.
Because it is.
Good guess.
Yeah.
Wow, Damon really was listening.
I'm-
It's amazing. Sometimes I talk to him in the kitchen, and then he looks at me and is like, "What?
No, we were really listening. We were really enjoying it.
Well, thanks.
So-
It's fun. I want to have all you guys on. All y'all, as we say, have all y'all on.
That would be fun.
Yeah, Kevin has a very good producer who's right on top of things too.
Yeah.
So it definitely makes it a lot easier.
Is that
when
Kevin?
you've got somebody who's locked in.
Is that Kevin who's the producer?
No, we have a guy.
You got a guy.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
his name again?
DJ Cream Cheese.
Cream cheese. Yeah.
All of my.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
See, I'm a rapper Vanilla Privilege on the show, and so everyone has to have a DJ name.
Oh.
I didn't get one.
Well, Rick comes in with one already built in.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Rick Fiction.
Oh,
right?
that's right.
Yeah, that's your old DJ.
Forgot about that one.
So-
That one's stupid.
All right, well, I'll come up with a good one for me, and Vin, you'll have to come up with one for you.
I'm working on it right now.
Do the Kevin Downey Jr. show. 9 to 11, 103.9 LI News Radio. You can listen to him each and every weekday morning. So, Slick Rick will be here to do sports. Aaron and Fran holding it down. Hope you all had a great weekend. Aaron, what's our recap of the odds makers this weekend? We got Slick was not here Friday. So I sat in for Slick and did the picks for him. And, of course, you did yours. And our guest, well, let's start with the audience. How'd the audience end up?
I believe the audience, Gina, she went 2-2.
Very respectable.
Not bad.
2-2
Yes.
from Gina. Very nice. Very good job by Gina. That's a respectable split because we haven't had many of those for the audience this year. There was
Right.
been kind of a losing record. So very good. How did you do?
I went 1-3.
Okay. Well, you haven't had many
okay.
bad weeks, though. So everyone's
Yeah.
going to have one somewhere. So 1-3 for you. And then how did Slick do?
Slick went 3-1.
3-1 for the Slickster.
Wow.
Via the Big D-ster. 3-1 for Slick. So he picks up a little ground. And now, of course, the news of the week is the upcoming Friday. In this holiday week of Christmas, we're going to take tomorrow and Wednesday off. And we come back Friday we'll be back Thursday and Friday. And, of course, this week's odds makers on Friday will be the return. For the first time, we are going to let somebody return, mainly because they were so embarrassed in their first week. We're letting him back. And that, of course, is the great Farmer Brooke. Isn't that right, Aaron?
That is correct.
Farmer Brooke is returning because he keeps telling us how his picks are going to be, it was an off week. His picks are going to be so much better.
I mean, that's what they all say.
Exactly. You got to let me back. So
I was nervous.
Yeah.
You know, they try and use every excuse. I didn't wear the right underwear that day.
Exactly.
I got to blow my socks next time. Whatever your excuse is.
Right, exactly. So we're going to let Farmer Brooke back, but we're not going to let him back without putting pressure on. So the pressure on Farmer this week is almost unexplainable how much it is, because you can
Right.
imagine what I will be like next Monday if he goes 0-4 or 1-3 again.
Yeah, he has to at least go 2-2.
I don't even.
least.
No. I don't
3-1,
think 2-2 is acceptable. That's
Yeah, I
still
think-
losing money in the betting world.
This
I think
is
he's
true.
got to go 3.
You got to have a winning week if you're going to demand to come back and say that you're going to be that much better and it was just an off week, right?
Right.
So he has to have a winning week, or it's, I don't know. We have to maybe ban him from ever watching the show.
We are
again.
breaking the rules for him. We've never had anyone come on twice.
I understand that. So,
Can I throw in a little extra
Sure.
thing to make sure you end up with either a losing or a winning record? Make it 5 picks.
okay.
So he's
Oh,
got
man.
he's got a chance to get that 3.
I like that idea. Make it 5 picks this week. That's what we'll do. 5
All right.
selections for the Farmer Brooke. Now, Farmer Brooke was not in the chat this morning on my live show. I don't know if he's in the chat tonight. I haven't seen him yet, but
He's
He's
working
on
on his
X
picks.
right now.
Oh,
he's
on
probably
X.
hiding under a blanket with an iPad looking at the games, if I had to guess.
He says he's going 4-0.
Oh, yeah, he's talking big right now in the X chat.
he's in the chat?
Yeah.
He's going 4-0, he said.
Yeah. He said 4-0 Brooke. That's my name.
Okay. Okay. It's only Monday. The pressure is going to build. as we get to Friday. So, all right, it'll be must-watch TV odds makers on Friday here on the show. So, and I may talk about it, the rest of the week. So just continue to, unlike me, to try to put the pressure on. So,
And you know what? The fear of public humiliation is the greatest motivator. The greatest motivator on the planet.
exactly.
More than money, more than anything.
Yeah. So Vinnie Mac, what do you guys do for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day?
Well, it's my birthday, Christmas Eve.
Oh,
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
birthday.
Yep.
Happy
yep.
birthday
Happy
to
birthday.
Vin.
I'll be 86.
You look good.
Thank you. I feel good. It's my birthday. So Christmas Eve, we do the big Italian thing. So the whole family comes to the house. And people constantly are saying to me, do you get ripped off? Do you get gypped? Does that all happen? The best part of that is relatives come to the house you haven't seen all year. And it's my birthday. They're coming for Christmas Eve because that's the big Italian thing we do. But it's my birthday, so I have to bring gifts. So they all come bearing gifts. So I've got, shirts and clothes. I get an overwhelming amount of gifts. It's very, very, very fun.
You don't get the happy Christmas birthday, Mary?
yeah.
No, see, that's the magic.
See, I used to get the shaft.
Yeah.
Used to get-
I got the shaft
Y-
because they would combine it. Oh, we got your birthday and Christmas. Oh, great, thanks.
My fiance's birthday is the day after. It gets hosed every time.
Gets hosed.
Yeah, I clean up. I totally clean up. It's because Christmas is the next day. They usually don't give me a gift, so I get all the birthday gifts. I completely clean up.
So Christmas Eve menu?
Oh, man, there's one main thing. It's a Sicilian dish, rice balls.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
my mother makes rice balls every year for me. She's making them right now as we speak. They're amazing. They're really amazing. You can just inhale, 4 or 5 of those at a time. But we kind of do that 7 fish thing, but we just eat a lot. It's just a ton of food. Rice balls, sausage bread. We don't, pay attention to all
Oh, the
rules.
sausage bread.
So it's a great night. I make the eggnog, heavily alcoholated. Have a couple of glasses of that, and the mother-in-law's going a little nuts. It's fun. Yeah, but that's Christmas Eve. Christmas Day is a little more mellow. But Christmas Eve is our big night. The whole family, we do the
Yep.
whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good, Delgado. Any family traditions, or what are you doing Christmas Eve, Christmas Day?
I believe it's called coquito
It is.
for the for
Is
the
this a Puerto
Ricans out
Rican
there.
tradition?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Between that and the big pork shoulder or whatever the hell they make, which is awesome. You get the spiked eggnog, which is the Puerto Rican style, and man, it knocks you on your butt.
Okay.
And the kids love it.
The kids love it. Okay.
Even the little kids are like, "Can we have some?" Yeah.
Go to bed.
That's kind of. What about you, Dave?
Well, we'll talk about me. We'll talk about Kevin Downey Jr. And the Slick will join us when we get back. Just getting started on a special Christmas Eve special live from Studio 6B. The whole crew, almost the whole crew's in. We're back right after this. We're live in the chat. What's going on, chat? Merry Christmas, everybody. To all of our Jewish friends, happy Hanukkah, I believe, starting on Thursday.
Merry
Are you sure it starts on Thursday? I thought it started sooner.
I don't know.
Am I wrong about that?
I don't know. Christmas,
Hanukkah
right?
starts
It's unusual.
Wednesday.
Starts on
Wow.
Christmas
Oh,
Day.
okay.
I
Yeah.
never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's one of the.
I looked at my phone quick. I thought I saw it first day of Hanukkah on Thursday, but maybe it was Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday. Yes, thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Pigpen, great show this morning, Damon. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
X, YouTube, wherever you're watching, Getter, Rumble. Make sure you like and subscribe. Watch your step there, Kev. Yeah.
I thought only Harry can walk in front of the cameras. That's
Damon, tell Vinny it's my birthday. Tweet potato. Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Tweet Potato.
nice.
You're a Capricorn as well.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Ordinary passenger in the Rumble chat said KDJ looks like he went to go feed the reindeer.
Yes. Yes. For those of you asking about the set, how a set changed, it didn't change. We're on the other set. We have a couple sets in the studio. This is our little more relaxed, kind of everybody sitting in a half circle here. I like this setup. We do this for State of the Union. We use this for some special event nights. We figured it would be good tonight to do.
It's nice and casual.
NG Girl.
We wanted to get everybody.
Chat.
Paul was supposed to be. We wanted to get everybody, and we figured we'd come onto this set. But
NG Girl in the Rumble chat says, "Happy birthday, Vin."
Ah, thank you. It's a big day. Big day. And if you feel like sending me a gift, we'll send you my home address.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you in the chat. Gary, Merry Christmas to you as well. Me and Gary had some fun this morning.
Making fun of us?
No. We were just going back and forth on something. He's a good sport, though.
Next time we have
what chat is Farmer Brooke in? Yeah, that's what we all want to know.
We'll bring in his show.
He's on X.
I have X in front of me. I haven't seen him come up once. Why is that?
Charles Barkley Shorts says, "Happy birthday."
Are we sure it's actually him? He didn't send some imposter in there with it, like Farmer Brooke E. It like put an E on the end of the name.
No, he's him. It's him. He's got the check mark and everything.
What do you think, Fran? What's your read on him so far? Is he like shaking like a leaf? He's got to be, right?
No, he seems pretty confident.
He sounds confident.
I saw his video. He sounded confident in that he looked like he was.
I played his video this morning.
Looked like a hostage video.
He just commented.
Right? You like that?
Nothing like a hostage video to get.
It look like he's making a hostage tape.
Oh, you said that too?
That's what I said.
I just saw the face. I'm like, let's get through what you guys.
All right, 17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B on our Christmas Eve special. Glad you're in. Vinnie Mac is here. Rick Delgado's here. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Slick will be right here next to me as soon as he gets here. He's at another holiday party. Of course, when you're the Chamber of Commerce president for 30 years, this is the kind of events you have to go to.
Yes. How many outfit changes tonight for Slick?
I don't know. Probably more, as many as like a Barry Manilow concert, probably, if I had to guess. So.
Looks like we made it.
Yeah. Aaron and Fran holding it down. Harry on the Highway is in the house. Now, Harry on the Highway could have been sitting here for the first two segments, but I think he's eating in the kitchen. He'd rather be doing that, I think.
He's upped his game. I showed up. There's food. Lots of food.
Yes. Yeah. So we were going around seeing what everybody's doing Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Our Christmas Eve, the menu is usually Italian as well. We do Italian. This year, I'm doing marinated skirt steaks on the grill.
Oh, nice.
With my wife's homemade mac and cheese as well.
Nice. That sounds great.
We got a local place that does, it's like a meat market, and it's just outrageous. I went in there today, and it was almost, I had to like bite my fingers to not walk out with an extra $300 worth of stuff. I'm like, Damon, just pick up the stuff and leave. Pick up what you ordered and leave. And I'm like, oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? He's like, oh, that's homemade eggplant rollatini that we just made. I'm like, oh, okay, give me 20 of those.
What's the authentic Italian stuff?
They're like little, and he's like, cut them in half, serve them as appetizers. So I'm like, yeah, no, I can't.
But what's the authentic Italian stuff you have at the Damon household?
Wife does?
Whatever. You said you do Italian and regular.
Just said
yeah, she does.
Italian.
She does like
mac and cheese. That's not Italian.
No. What she does? The mac and cheese is for the steaks.
Right.
With the steaks for the kids. We do the penne alla vodka.
Oh,
we do.
Homemade?
Oh yeah, she makes everything from scratch.
Nice.
So
nice.
And then Christmas we do baked stuffed shrimp, which she makes. We'll do what else is on the? Well, this I don't know. So much.
Yeah.
So we're home.
Food.
Everybody come. My parents are coming down to me. Her parents are actually spending Christmas Eve with their son who lives up in the Adirondacks, and then they'll be down with us for Christmas Day. So I'll have the crazy German with me on Christmas Day, and we'll see how many minutes under. I'll give it 8 minutes before he starts talking about Pelosi or somebody.
Yeah.
And how, take him for a swim, not far but deep, one of those deals.
Yeah, I speak German.
That'll be, yes, you do.
I speak, haben Sie einen Plattenspieler bitte?
Yes. Yeah. You went to what, Dusseldorf?
I went to Heidelberg.
Heidelberg, yes.
Yeah, for a year.
So that's what we'll be doing. Kevin Downey Jr., any traditions? What do you guys do?
Well, I hate to brag with you eye-ties and your eye-tie food, but back in Detroit, we do things a little better. We take Cheese Whiz and we smear it, as you would say, on celery.
Yeah.
And that is fancy eating. It's fancy eating when you're white trash from Detroit. I'm technically not white trash. My parents never rented. They own their double wide. And I am Caucasian debris. And I'm not kidding. That's what we used to eat at Christmas. That was it must be Christmas, not even Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be rabbit hole, not martinis, but Manhattans. That's the big thing we do.
You drink a lot, and you have Cheese Whiz, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Manhattans and Cheese Whiz.
You have no idea what that does to a man's intestinal...
And the celery is very healthy.
Yeah, celery, that keeps
you
me
got that
going.
going for you.
Well, you got to have the greens.
Yeah. All right, very good. We'll ask Slick when he gets here, and we'll do Slick. Let's do a little news, though. Some news. There is some serious things going on.
Yep.
I mean, I think we were pretty much right on it when the Hunter Biden pardon came out. We said he's just setting the table for probably who knows how many, and here we are now. I guess all of death row is going to get got commuted sentences today. Which, if this guy's not mentally able to stand trial, through the special counsel's office, as we were told, how is he mentally fit to be signing pardons? Who's actually doing this is what we want to know.
Right. Who's actually
This is a
approving
scandal,
this?
an absolute scandal. Not even brewing, it's here. And we want to know what exactly is going on. And I think Pam Bondi coming in might want to take a look at this and like who's actually doing this. Maybe she should put out a letter saying that this is something she'll look into. Because this is outrageous what we saw today from supposedly the President of the United States, which we know it's not.
Right. No way. He's made a sham of the whole pardon process, though. Like, this process is so upside down right now, and the left is going bananas because they're going to be like, well, now Trump's going to go do this stuff. He has every right now to do all the pre-pardons and everything he wants. But for the country, we need a better process. You should not be able to pardon people at the end of your term. It should be just before the election. They have a time before that. This way they have something to gain or lose by just being flippant about all the pardons. Maybe there's a committee that says these are acceptable pardons that they provide a list to the president, and then he can do what he wants.
And then he can pick from that list.
He can pick from that list. The problem is, and I listen, I want Trump to do all the things he's supposed to do. You know, if he has to pardon people, or I know he's going to pardon the January 6th people and all those things, but what I don't want is a complete sham of this government now, which is Biden is setting it up to be a complete sham. 1,500 plus pardons. The average is like 100, 50 to 100, maybe 200, but not 500, not 800, not even 1,000. 1,500 he's up to now.
In one shot, yeah.
And
it's going to be 2,000 before we know it.
Right. He's not even done yet because that was just the one fell swoop, and that takes your attention away from the Hunter pardon. Because you're like, oh my God, look at all these other people.
Yep.
What the heck's
Didn't
going on
I say
here?
it was a table setter?
Yeah. And then now he's on to the killers, the people on death row. Oh, well, now Hunter Biden looks like it was nothing. He didn't kill anybody that we know of.
I mean, you see some of the cases of some of the people, rape, murder. Like,
their whole premise is nonviolent, and that everybody's pardoned, with the exception of Hunter, has been violent.
Yeah.
I mean, not just violent, like sick.
Child rapists, child killers, deadly bank robbers, you name it, up and down the board.
Chinese spies.
Yeah, Chinese spies, that's right.
How do you pardon Chinese spies? Just think about that. Put everything else and say, I can't accept that, but okay. But Chinese spies taking our secrets from our companies and knocking them off and doing all kinds of other things they were doing. That is the most reprehensible pardon I can imagine. The criminal stuff is just sick. So I think, I go with that. But Chinese spies, why would anybody pardon Chinese spies unless they were having some reward to do that?
Yeah.
Pick me, I know. Because they've bribed him, Vin. They bribed his whole family.
Yeah.
And that's why. And one of the Chinese spies had something sick, like 100,000 child pornography images on his computer. And he's been in jail for 3 years, maybe? And he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. I'm telling you, folks, Biden ended the China initiative chasing the spies. He let a handful out. He let a Chinese spy balloon fly over our military bases. Oh, they're not doing anything except for figure eights over nuke bases and whatnot. It's because he took money from China. And
I totally agree with that. But I also have a question on this, and that is, to Damon's initial point, who's making these choices? Biden is not capable of making these choices. He's an absentee president. You can argue he's been an absentee president for 4 years. I think any reasonable person can look at that.
Now you look at this report,
you look at the end now.
Of course, now the Wall Street Journal is telling us this. Like, our own eyes we haven't seen it for 4 years. Now the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times are comfortable saying, well, this guy only had about 4 cabinet meetings, and he really didn't have it even from the jump.
New York Times, June of this year, said, no, he's fine. Those are doctored images. June of this year, saying that the right was making these things up, and they're doctored images of Biden. Now, to your point, they're saying, oh, no, probably wasn't competent, not capable of all this. But still, the staff is making these picks.
Yeah, the
staff is running the government.
Remember, they called them cheap fakes.
Cheap fakes.
If you looked at a video of him actually getting lost on stage and you thought he got lost on stage, that's considered a cheap fake.
26 past the hour. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's a Christmas Eve.
Pardon me.
We'll do some news with Rick Delgado. Slick will be here soon enough. We'll do some sports.
Remember Biden?
It might be who? I didn't hear you said.
Blinken.
Oh.
And the reason I think is because Joe Biden was giving a speech and he calls Xi Jinping a dictator, and Blinken went,
oh, yeah. I remember that.
Why would he do that?
The one thing John McCain, well, maybe not the one thing, but one of the things he was really right about was Anthony Blinken.
What a disaster Blinken has been. Well, I can't name anybody in that cabinet that
is not a disaster.
It's not a disaster.
Really, like,
that's something positive for this country. Mayorkas, I mean, as bad as they get. Blinken, keep
horrendous.
Blinken.
Oh, you know how you guys do the football picks? We should have to see who gets the best out of 8 pardons. Pick pardons. Who's he give a pardon to?
Okay. Let's see.
What do we, 8? What's a 10?
I think some Ukrainian oligarchs may got pardoned pretty soon.
Somebody said, let me go back, and the comments are flying so fast. Put KDJ and Delgado together, you get one Slick Rick outfit.
With a hat.
Kenneth Hillman on Facebook said that. Oh, look who it is on X, Farmer Brooke. Hey, Damon, your picks this week were good. Yes, thank you. 3-1. That's 75%. You know a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while, brother. Oh,
Dem's fighting words.
All right.
Check,
all right.
please.
I'm down with that. I feel you, dog.
Don't you have to have a winning record to throw down a gauntlet like that, though?
I mean, it's, it is kind of rich from someone who went 0-4.
Yeah.
Was it 0-4 or 1-3? 1-3, sorry. 25%, not 0.
No,
but the big 0 he's going to be staring at this week.
He's saving that for this weekend.
I mean, there's just... By the way, if you didn't hear, Mr. Brooke, Mr. Farmer, that it's 5 picks this week. 5. You're not getting off with the 2-2. No. 5 picks.
You're either a winner or a loser.
And if on Thursday night you want to bail, we'll understand.
There should be a humiliation fee for bailing. You should have to pay a toll. Some humiliation toll.
Oh, he's going to go 5-0, he said.
5-0. Oh,
Farmer Brooke from downtown. Going to go 5-0. No worries.
Oh, my God.
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday, December 23rd, Christmas Eve special. Vinnie Mac is here. Rick Delgado, Kevin Downey Jr., Slick will be here to do some sports in a little bit. Let's do some news, though. Here with the news, sponsored by Freedom Force Nutrition, available live from Studio6B.com, is the man with the fancy jacket for his birthday. Happy birthday once again to Rick Delgado.
Thank you, Damon. And I guess we'll jump right into what we were just talking about, the Biden pardons as the convicted killers are all getting out of jail. Men being resentenced to life in prison. Well, I guess being resentenced to life in prison, not to the death penalty as some of them were. As Biden commutes 7 federal death row inmates in the final month of his presidency, so they get to live. And you get to pay for it, so that's fun. President Biden commuting the sentences of nearly all the inmates on the federal death row, a move that comes not even 2 weeks after he went through the largest single-day grant of clemency in American history of the 40 inmates on federal death row, according to deathpenaltyinfo.org. Biden is commuting 37 men sentenced to death, reclassifying their sentences to life without the possibility of parole. 3 inmates not included. Thank goodness. Robert Bowers, who's responsible for the mass shooting at the Tree of Life Synagogue that Joe Biden claims he went to. Dylan Roof, who killed black parishioners in Charleston, South Carolina, and in 2015. And Sarnett, the Boston bomber kid. From the 2013 Boston bombing that happened to kill 3 people and injure many, many more. The men are being resentenced to life without the possibility of parole. Biden only supports the death penalty, he says here, at the federal level for terrorism and hate-motivated mass murder. I would think a bombing in Boston qualify. I'm thinking killing anyone kind of qualifies as hate. You don't really... Do you normally kill people you love? Not usually. Anyhow, the convicted murderers who will now escape execution include Marvici Barnett, who killed a man in a carjacking, and his ex-girlfriend, co-defendants Brandon Basham and Chadrick Fulks, who kidnapped and killed a woman after escaping prison. So they escaped from prison, and then they went ahead and kidnapped and killed another person. Anthony Battle killed a prison guard. Jason Brown, who stabbed a postal worker to death. Thomas Hagar, who committed drug-related killings. David Runyon, who participated in a murder for hire plot of a naval officer. So there, you're gonna let this guy live, who killed a naval officer. Way to go. Thomas Sanders, who kidnapped and killed a 12-year-old girl. And Rejon Taylor, who carjacked, kidnapped, and killed a restaurant owner, among some of the others who have had their death sentences commuted to just life in prison. So great thing to share with the family this time of year, knowing that these people will not really pay for their crimes.
Just crazy.
Just insane.
It's sick stuff. The guy who allowed all those kids to get into the prison.
Yeah.
And those kids killed themselves. A couple of them committed suicide.
Right.
Yeah.
The judge, right.
It's unconscionable. The stuff you mentioned, it's just horrible, and I can't believe that was even done. But here's this judge that actually did real harm to young people, and those young people wound up taking their own lives because of what happened. He pardoned him completely. Didn't commute the sentence like they did of these guys. They're just not getting the death penalty. Right. They're serving life. But this judge, he's free willy.
And you know what else I heard? He's been out of prison already because of COVID. They didn't want him to get sick.
He was with the anklet thing, right?
Yeah. And I happen to know, this is easy to find, less than 1% of all COVID hospitalizations as of May 2020 were people who were in jail. Because they're alone, a lot of them. And no one's coming in or out unless they bring in a new guy, unless they get it from the guards. Wow. That was just a reason to let him out.
Yep.
I mean, when you think about how, if you had any doubts on how left and how radical the far left was, or this whole party at this point is, think about what Biden has done here today, and you think about the lengths they've gone to, how now they preach in this weird way about he almost preaches about the sanctity of life when it comes to child rapists, murderers, death row inmates. Yeah. But when you talk about the true sanctity of life of the unborn, it's so backwards.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. I was thinking about this today. Daniel Penny. The left had him as a murderer. That's Daniel Penny, the guy in the subway, who saved the lives of those people on the subway. Then you have this illegal immigrant, deported by the Trump administration, snuck back in through the Biden administration, burns a woman to death on a subway. They're barely talking about it.
That is the most gruesome, hard to watch video I think I've ever seen.
That woman is standing.
Standing.
She was sleeping, I heard. I guess the story is she was sleeping, lit on fire, then somehow ends up standing, burning to death, while people are standing outside watching. Police officers or security officers, I'm not sure which one they are, clearly uniformed something, walking back by.
Jeez.
Not doing anything.
It is the craziest video I think I've ever seen.
It's sick. But here they are not really talking about that because it's an illegal. Governor Hochul comes out with a comment about how safe the subways are because she put the National Guard in the subway system and all this. Doesn't even mention this story until she's called out on it. A tweet came out. She talked about all this stuff about how it's all safe now and crime is down. This is after this poor woman was burned to death by this illegal immigrant. This is how disenfranchised the left is on common sense and just basic humanity.
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't a political position, by the way, on humanity and death like that. It's bad. It's just bad.
No,
if they take a political position.
Yeah, if you really want to see a contrast, I think Kevin and I were talking about this earlier on his show, where you have the Daniel Penny story, where freaks out because somebody's defending everybody else on that train, and the guy ends up dead, but not by Daniel Penny's hand. And then you follow that up with Luigi Mangione, who the left celebrates.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
Right? They celebrate. Oh, my goodness, he did the world a favor by killing this poor man, executing this guy, in the back. Didn't even have the balls to face him. But shoots him in the back and then runs away. And now they're celebrating this guy as some patron saint. Have you seen the picture?
Yep.
Where they actually, somebody came up with a patron saint of healthcare.
Healthcare vengeance.
Yeah, healthcare vengeance. Like this is what the left is. And meanwhile, you don't hear a damn word about them when it comes to, what are we talking about? Oh, that's right, he shot him. Don't you guys hate guns? No, they celebrate guns when they're used for what they want them for.
Well, yeah, same thing about life, right?
Yeah.
What we just said, here he is preaching about preaching on life, the sanctity of life when it comes to killers, rapists, murders. And then he talked about the sanctity of life of the unborn. It's like, no, we want abortion on demand.
Right.
What? Let me check my common sense at the door here.
Yeah. It's because all they're interested in is politics. That is, I think, the difference between the two parties. One big difference is the Republicans will break rank and talk about how they feel about stuff. That drives us crazy, but they do break rank. The left never breaks rank.
Right.
Never. And if it has a political benefit of any kind, they're in favor of it or against it, depending on what it is. Abortion, there's a big political benefit. It divides the country. They make it seem like we all hate women.
Right.
We don't hate women. We love women. We also love our children. Mm-hmm. But they make it seem like we hate women. We're not going to give them rights and do all this kind of stuff because we want to protect lives. It's political.
Right.
Then it's okay to kill people. A guy who works for an health insurance company. Yeah, we hate health insurance. It's too expensive. You don't choose. But they're okay with that.
Right.
They're okay with burning a woman because an illegal immigrant did it, so they want to talk about it. But then they freak out when a guy saves the life of all these people in the subway. It's just, if it's political, this is what they want to talk about, and this is how they want to run their party. Right. This is why this party literally needs to be dismantled.
Well, at least that was their thinking up until recently. I think some of them, and I forget the Asian woman's name. Is it Linda Lee?
Yes,
the big Democrat donor who's like,
who now's the wannabe spokesman for the RNC or whatever.
Right. Now she's all over the place and coming out against what they're doing and says it comes down to common sense. And the same thing, I don't know if you caught Shank on with Charlie Kirk over the weekend.
I did. I don't know. I think I'm a little indifferent about it than most people. I mean, because it's like, we get on the stage, the speaker, right before he came out and warned the RNC Republicans about You got to be careful because you got to watch out for invaders, false people from the other side who are going to now act like. And the next thing you know, Cenk comes out on the stage.
Well, she got hosed, though. She got hosed. She raised a lot of money based on a lot of baloney that they were serving to her on the Harris campaign.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like raising money for a business that you know is a fraud.
Right.
Right?
And
Is that investor coming back to you?
That was her problem, yeah.
She got completely hosed.
No,
and
I agree.
I could see her being annoyed. But also, I could see your point. There'll be some folks infiltrating here.
They want to get onto the train.
Show me Tucker going to what's their version? I mean, I don't know what their version of this. Well, I don't know what they do, but show me somebody. Where's Tucker going to their thing or
Taylor Swift concert.
Never.
Yes.
Antifa rally. Isn't that the Tucker guy for Fox News?
Yeah.
It is him.
Well, here is Shank actually getting shanked by Charlie Kirk in this. I thought was pretty funny. This is cut number 6. Check this out as they're talking about fighting for policies and things they actually agree with. Is cut 6.
So if on trans issues or any other or crime issues, etc., if you really believe in the most far left positions, as I do on gun control, for example, that's okay. But you've got to know what to emphasize and what not to emphasize. And so if you say, no, I'm going to die on every extreme hill, well, you will. Electorally, politically, you will die on that hill. And then you lose on all of your issues because it's sometimes a binary game. Certainly elections are. So you got to know what to convince the American people of and what to hold your ground on. And the number one thing to hold your ground on is constitutional rights. So I'm going to do some...
Like the Second Amendment.
Kaboom. Right there. As he was, quickly advocating 30 seconds earlier that he's big on, making sure that there's gun control.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Pretty interesting little clip, I thought. I thought it was a decent a back and forth. And he made some good points. And, it is what it is. I mean, let's face it. They're seeing the light. Hopefully it's going to take a long time for the rest of their party to see the light.
See, I don't think they are seeing the light.
Right, yeah, most of them still hate. Right.
I had a debate today with someone, a real liberal, and it was going okay. We talked about the pardon thing, and he was like, this is out of control. We talked about a bunch of other things. And then the Great Crusade came up, January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And they are dug in on January 6th, because that came up, and I said, look, there needs to be investigations here. What did Liz Cheney do? What happened here? I think the whole thing was a farce. He goes, no, the one thing that's true is January 6th. That's where they're dug in, and I don't see anything.
What's true about it?
Yeah, it's true about it.
The insurrection part that no one got charged with?
You preach to the choir here, man.
Yeah.
Nothing.
All right, 43 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. We'll do some more news when we get back. Waiting for Slick. He'll do some sports. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Vinnie Mac. Rick Delgado, Aaron Fran holding it down. We're back right after this.
That holiday stuff. There's an ugly sweater contest of a place I'm going to. I don't have an ugly sweater. I don't know. I don't have any of that stuff. I guess I better if I'm going to participate in these events.
I
went to see Jerry Seinfeld, by the way, at the Beacon last week.
Oh, yeah.
Outstanding. He was absolutely hilarious. It was a great show. He talks about, when you go to see a concert or something, and they say, take your cell phones away. Don't take any video. He said, I'm not doing that. Take a picture. What are you going to do? Show it to someone once and that's it? I don't care. Like this, who cares?
Right. I felt like we're so past that now.
I went to an Eagles concert, and the first thing they did was announce that.
Really?
Don't take any pictures, no videos. They see your cell phone. They will escort you out of the garden.
Come on, get with the times, bro.
And Jerry's like, what do people do? They take a picture of me while I'm standing here, and then what do? They put it on Facebook, and then what do? They don't do anything. I don't care. But he's still got game, man. He is really funny.
I feel like Jerry's kind of come around a little bit too. Like seems like did he do any politics at all in his deal?
He didn't, but he's very much a free speech guy. You know, he's someone that sees comedy being hurt by this progressive movement. So he doesn't say that in a political way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I remember he has talked.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
How it's definitely hurt comedy.
Definitely. And it has hurt comedy. I mean, you know, a guy like George Carlin, I mean, he would have been filleted, even though he was definitely a liberal, but he would have been filleted at this time. And look at the guys that lost their jobs.
I don't think he would have.
You think he would have been a hero?
Oh, yeah.
But he was liberal, but he said a lot of stuff, a lot of provocative stuff.
You know, stand-up wise, the two parties have changed sides. I've been doing comedy for like 33 years. It used to be the conservatives who would, I don't like that joke, and they would leave.
Yeah.
And once in a while, someone would yell. Now it's the green-haired, how dare you?
You're so
I'm gonna
right.
have you canceled. It happens all the time. I don't work in the city anymore. My focus now is the Roadhouse gigs, the VFWs, the American Legions. There's more money, and there's no one screaming, my son wears a dress, you hater.
Well, so much of comedy is stereotyping. That's what's funny.
Right.
Marriage, sexuality, you know, all that stuff. You know, if you can't say that stuff, what do the comedians go?
Oh, no, they go.
$13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday. Glad you're in. Christmas Eve special. Vinnie Mac's here. Rick Delgado's here. Kevin Downey Jr. Slick will be here to do some sports. I believe he's getting later and later, but I know he was at this party, and I think he had to give a speech as well, so he's probably tied up there, but I think he's going to try to make it. He'll do some sports for the end of the night. Remember, we're off tomorrow and Wednesday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you have a great couple days with family. Celebrate the season. Celebrate the birth of our Lord. And I hope you have a great 2 days. And we'll be back on Thursday and Friday. And then we'll be back next Monday. And then we'll be off New Year's Eve, New Year's Day again. So off Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll be here Monday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Thursday, Friday next week. That's the schedule. Vinnie Mac is here. He's got some thoughts on some things going on in the news. Vinnie Mac, what's got your attention?
Yeah, well, before I do that, you did say something here that just touched a thought because, it's birth of our Lord. That's what Christmas is all about. It gets me so frustrated every holiday season that nobody even recognizes that. It's not even talked about for the most part. You know, what are people talking about? Going to a Christmas party? What are you getting for Christmas? What are you doing? Like families are coming together. No one really talks about like, why the heck are we even doing this? You know, it's something that I think we got to pay a little more attention to. But that's not what's bugging me.
Put Christ back in Christmas? Is that the old saying?
I mean, if you're going to celebrate it, celebrate it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, celebrate the true meaning of it. You don't have to get all wishy-washy and all, over the top religious about it. But heck, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yep.
I mean, it's not complicated. You know, that Jesus was born then. We're celebrating that. Okay. You know, let's just acknowledge that, I guess, is my point. But speaking of acknowledgments, I do have an apology to John Fetterman, who I...
What?
John, I'm speaking to you directly here, John Fetterman.
Listen up.
Because, listen closely. I'm really sorry. Like, you really sounded like a goofball when you were running, okay? And I certainly made many comments about that because you didn't sound coherent. You sounded like you didn't know what you're talking about. And you have recovered. He's recovered fully. This is one of the most cogent guys I've heard on TV talking about just common sense, practical stuff. You know, he's not taking sides. He's basically saying, I'm not going to support the president of the United States. I don't want him to win. Yeah, I want Trump to be successful. What? You're going to give me a hard time for that? And he's talking about basic things like why won't I talk to his nominees? Of course I'm going to. I want to know what they're about. And folks I've talked to are great guys. Like, everything he says makes so much sense.
You heard him on Kash Patel?
I heard him on Kash Patel. He was great. I heard him on NBC over the weekend. He was very just clear-eyed about all of it. And, I have to apologize to him because he clearly had a stroke. He wasn't well. And I took that for he's a bit of a dope, okay? And I did. And I think a lot of people did. And he had a stroke. He probably shouldn't have run, not being fully healthy like that. But he had a stroke. He wasn't thinking clearly. But if he talked this way while he was running, I mean, you got to support a guy like that.
Yeah, but you would have still called him a dope because he's a Democrat.
Well, but he didn't talk left-wing hardcore stuff like that. And at least he's not talking that now.
Right.
Back
He's not
then, I didn't know what the heck
now.
he was talking about. So is he one of the converts?
He has certainly talked. I mean, say what you will about him. He has definitely been on the right side of way more issues than anyone else in the party has been. On Israel, he's been staunch.
On Israel, he's been staunch, 100%.
Vin, if you had to vote for a senator right now, who would you pick for your senator, Fetterman or Lisa Murkowski?
I would probably vote for Fetterman.
I think I would too.
Well, I like people who have common sense. I don't care which side of the aisle they are. Mm-hmm. So he has shown that with Israel and a few other things. He's broken ranks. Like Nancy Pelosi would have buried this guy, but he doesn't care. You know, he's got a little Trumpism in him. He doesn't care. When I see Manchin speak out, I like that because Manchin's like, this is not the party.
He's a phony.
But he filleted them.
Yeah, on his way out the door.
Out the door.
Thanks.
Yeah.
The one guy I'm glad is out the door is Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney was as phony gets.
Yeah.
Guy
really taking his place might be worse, but
yeah, maybe so.
We'll deal with that next.
But, you got to give credit to a guy like Fetterman. At least he's coming out. He's getting airtime. He's speaking. He's being, in my view, honest. I don't think he's being over there are liberal issues he's still, a proponent of. He's in a district in an area of the country that's highly liberal. So, I'm sure he's got to deal with that stuff. But he just seems like he speaks his mind. Not whatever the memo that came out to say that Elon Musk is the real sitting president. All the memos that went out, for the talking points. I've been saying this for years, by the way. When all the politicians and TV hosts say the same thing, a memo went out and they're all using the same talking points. And I find that one of the most insulting things that you could ever do to me as a citizen is to do that, because I know it's not real. And that's one of the reasons I like him a lot. So, yeah, I'd totally vote for him.
I like that he called Kamala Harris out, who said, well, Trump's a fascist and they're all fascists. He goes, no. He goes, I know Democrats whom I love. They're voting for Trump and they're not fascists. He goes, that's not a word I would use. But she went with, here's what we got to say, straight from Casey or wherever those...
well, like you said, the talking point.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, speaking of Fetterman, we do have a clip. It's cut number 1. Speaking about exactly what Kevin was just talking about right there, there's cut number 1. He's on ABC from over the weekend. Here's John Fetterman.
And after you survived an assassination, you literally were shot in your head and had the presence of mind to respond, fight. I mean, that's a political talent. It's undeniable. And also, I never believed that it was about fascism. And for me, that made it difficult for
Kamala Harris said that he was a fascist.
Yeah, well, it's like that's her prerogative. I mean, but it's not a word that I would use because you put a lot of Democrats, especially in my state, that I know and I happen to love people that are going to vote for Trump, and they are not fascist. And also fascism, that's not a word that regular people, use. That, I think people are going to decide who is the candidate that's going to protect and project, my version of the American way of life. And that's what happened.
Yeah. So there he is, talking about, of course, Trump and the left's use of the word fascist.
His comments on Kash Patel also caught my attention. I think it was in that same interview.
Yeah.
He was the guy, interviewer there, whatever his name is, dopey
Jonathan
there.
Karl?
What is it? Jonathan Karl. Yeah, asked him about Kash Patel. And, of course, they try to play into the whole, what, do you think he's going to go after everybody, whoever Trump's enemies? And Fetterman was like, no. And he was like, you don't? He was like, no, I spoke to him. I didn't even know that he was he said something like, I didn't even realize like that he was a former prosecutor or whatever, one of the positions that Cash held.
Right.
Fetterman didn't even know he had it. He's like, so we had a great conversation. I learned about his family history. I learned about this. I learned about this. He gave me his ideas of what he wants to do. No, I don't think he's going to use the Bureau to go after Trump's enemies like he's under his direction.
That's the talking point, though. The debate I had today with one of my hardcore liberal friends that we were talking about the pardons and all that kind of stuff. The debate was about, Trump really shouldn't, go after all these people. He should take the high road and make the country great again by showing, we're not going to do that anymore. And I said, yeah, that's great to say. I understand that, let's take the high road, but there's no high road when they can just go do it again if they ever get in office.
Yeah. Right.
So what changes can we make to the whole system? Term limits, maybe getting money out of politics and, not having outside investors, all this stuff. But I said, for me, I want a pound of flesh. I'll be honest about it. Am I being a cheese ball? I don't care. I want my pound of flesh.
Start with Fauci. All right, quick hour one. Hour two coming up. Live from Studio 6B right after this.
Yeah. Just hoping someone will.
I hope Fauci gets his, man.
Yeah, me too.
He's my number one.
Yeah.
If I had to pick anyone to face a jerk, it's him.
He's going to get pardoned.
Yep.
They came out with some new reports on the COVID vaccine and what it does for blood clots and heart and brain damage and a variety of things.
Dave, you want
It's no thank you. It's been harmful to people. I just heard a story today about someone whose diabetes was accelerated likely because of the vaccine. This guy's got to be taken to task. Well, if he gets pre-pardoned, I still can't get my arms around that.
I think those are challenging.
Yeah,
I heard an attorney, constitutional attorney, I got his name, but it's like for pardons, it has to be a specified. It has to be something that you were actually convicted of, and it has to be a specified charge and
right. You just can't say, "Hey, for the rest of your life,
whatever you want." Right.
Which I'd like one of those if I could. But that guy in particular, and everyone around him.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just him.
And for what? For money.
Mm-hmm.
I had some friends of mine at Northwell Health when that whole, how do you pronounce the drug that Trump was pushing?
Hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah. So I remember saying, this is supposed to work. Oh, what are you, crazy? I mean, it's executives there telling me that this is just a joke. And of course, what we find out, it totally worked.
It works. I mean, takes just over 2 days off of the healing process.
This is the type of stuff that just you're like, okay, they should all find their time in jail or something.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too. But this friend of mine was all crazy about it. And I'm like, what if that happened to you? I mean, how would you feel?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm unvaccinated.
I did get vaccinated because I was traveling a ton. I was flying to Africa. I was flying to LA. I was flying all over the place. I couldn't go anywhere. So I did. I got one shot. And then I forged the card for the second booster. Got a chance to work on my old driver's license stuff when I got people fake IDs back in high school. That experience.
live from Studio 6B, Hour 2 on a Christmas Eve special on a Monday night. Real America's Voice. Glad you're in. Vinnie Mac's sitting here. He's got some thoughts and some news. Rick Delgado's got the news. Kevin Downey Jr., the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show, heard weekday mornings 9 to 11, 103.9 WLI News Radio, Long Island. He's here. He's got some news coming up as well. Slick Rick, is going to make me look like a liar here pretty soon, I think. But I thought Slick was going to be here to do sports, but if not, we'll leave the chair empty and he'll
be here in spirit.
He'll be here in spirit. Harry on the highways in the house. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always on a Monday night. I hope you have a wonderful week. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Hanukkah to all of our Jewish friends, starting, I guess, on Wednesday now.
That's right.
Said. I thought it was maybe Thursday, but
I can clarify that.
It'll be Wednesday. So hopefully everybody has a wonderful week. I want to get to the Matt Gaetz stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've heard what Matt Gaetz has said. Yeah, maybe I went a little too hard in my younger days, as we all probably have or had some experience with.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not going to, here's what first of all, I don't want to hear anything from any congressional body that has a slush fund of about 20 million taxpayer dollars that they've used to pay out for all of the naked 2 a.m. Hammer Fight Club sexual misgivings of all these slime balls, telling me now how I should feel about Matt Gaetz, who has not been charged from the Department of Justice, who's been looked at and was not charged. So if you think he did something, then charge him and let's have the system play it out. But he has no ability to call witnesses, to call evidence, to do anything in the situation we're in now. And he's going to get his name smeared by all these slimy news organizations over a report from a bunch of people that I don't trust any farther than I could throw them, and have already proven that they are off the rails. So honestly, unless he's going to get charged and the process is going to play out, this means less than zero what we're talking about to me. Vinny, what do you think?
Yeah, the main point that you brought up that I really agree with is whatever happened with Matt Gaetz, true or not true, okay? Whatever happened, these hypocrites with the slush fund, but not just a slush fund. This fund is specifically set up for sexual harassment, for improper conduct of that nature. And who knows the amount of grotesque things that many people voted for over and over and over again are a part of this fund. These hypocrites can come out and have a report like that made public about Matt Gaetz. What they should have done is kept this report private, because to your point, he was then let's have him go to court now, whatever, try him, convict him, do something.
The FBI,
don't just put a report out.
Yeah, Justice Department said they couldn't do anything with it. They threw it to the side because there was nothing there.
Yeah.
So they don't do this, yet they have these slush funds, and all these people are buried over here. But they decided with Matt Gaetz, let's throw this guy completely under the bus.
Let me remind you with Thomas Massey. I can remember watching this and thinking, wait, what did he just say? There's a what? Here's Thomas Massey from, I think, about a year, maybe a little longer than a year or so ago, in one of the congressional hearings about the NDA Trump-Stormy Daniels deal, I believe.
Congress has paid over $17 million in hush money for sexual misconduct inside of the offices in these buildings. And what's more is that was tax money, right? The allegation is that President Trump paid $130,000 of his own money. But here in Congress, there may be some on this dais.
I love this.
I mean, I'm for turning loose all of these records. Who in here has had the taxpayer pay for their sexual misconduct charges, the hush money? I bet there's some over there. There may be some over here. I don't know, but I do know it's taxpayer money, and I do know not a single penny of it has been turned in as a campaign finance expense. Is the FEC going to investigate the $17 million that Congress has paid to settle, behind closed doors these sexual misconduct allegations?
Congressman, if a complaint were to come to us about it, I'm sure it would be thoroughly investigated.
Yeah, well, we'll all hold our breath for that. So, but these are supposed to be taken seriously now today on the smear job that he wasn't charged. He doesn't have a right to defend himself. No due process. Can't call witnesses. Can't call evidence. Can't bring evidence to the floor. Can't do anything. And this is what we're supposed to be going with.
Yeah.
The precedent should have been the DOJ. If the DOJ set a precedent on the Matt Gaetz issue, then I can understand them releasing this stuff. But there was no precedent set. They did nothing. They dropped the thing. They said there was nothing here. And frankly, that should have been end of story.
Yeah. And these are the same people who are amplifying this story who didn't want you to look at anything that was on the Hunter Biden laptop. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Where actual crimes were committed and were documented. And the FBI knew about this as way back in 2019. And then they got the intelligence community to sign off, 51 intelligence officials to sign off. This is Russian disinformation. Yeah. No, it's not. They're actual crimes, sexual crimes, drug crimes, business crime, money crimes, you name it, all on the Hunter Biden laptop. They're the same people saying, oh, my goodness, Matt Gaetz.
It takes me back to my original point when this little argument I was having with my liberal friend Doug, and that is, Trump shouldn't have redemption and do any of this stuff. And the point is, what you just talked about, and this issue we're talking about now, they have to be taken to task.
Yes,
like the people who broke the law, the people who lied, the people who did all this stuff, they have to be taken to task. It's not vengeance. Mm-hmm. Vengeance is when you go after someone arbitrarily because you just hate them.
Right.
If you did something wrong, which most of these people have, then they should be taken to task. And what is going to happen is the narrative on the left, the memo that's going to go out, is going to be Trump vengeance, Trump vengeance, Trump vengeance, as opposed to Liz Cheney broke the law.
Right.
Matt Gaetz did not break the law. Or these intel officers that lied to us, should be perjured. Whatever it is, they have to be taken to task. Are you going to be, anyone here going to be satisfied?
No, and that's why I don't agree with the Kash Patel's not going to go after his political enemies or blah, blah, blah. You know what? Fine. Don't frame it like that. Say we're going after criminals.
Crime. Yeah,
we're going after criminals.
That's the narrative, so what you just said.
If the person is a criminal, then we'll go after him. But it's not just because he doesn't like him. It's because, well, wait, we have something here. Look at this. You've committed this crime, this crime, this crime. It has to be dealt with, and these people have to pay a price, or else, like you said, they're only going to do it again when the next president, the next Democrat comes to power, because then they'll have the power.
But you got to change the process. Yeah. You can't have a system that allows this stuff to happen again, because when the parties change, it's all going to happen again. Yeah. There has to be a system. You have to take money out of politics. You have to have term limits. You have to have certain things like that. But in England, you don't hear any of this stuff. One, the press, you can't say something like this. You'll get sued. The libel laws here are terrible, especially for politicians and guys like Trump. They can say anything. Nothing happens. Trump just won $16 million from ABC. Yeah. That's unbelievable, frankly. And then you've got all this money coming in. If you just say, we're going to allocate X amount of money for politicians to run for office. And when there are two candidates for president, they get Y amount of money. Not $1 billion. And I say the same thing for Trump, like any Republican. Okay, get the Koch brothers out. Get George Soros out. Get all these donors out. Just have it one way. That starts to solve these problems. Term limits solve the problems.
And there's some funky monkey shines going on with these headlines, because they're saying, the report says Matt Gaetz and a 17-year-old girl. He's cleared of that. If you look into the article, he's cleared of that. But they play games with words like they did with report finds no undercover FBI guys at January 6th.
Yep.
But there were 23 what is it?
Informants, confidential human sources.
Yeah.
And again, it's dicing the language, because they call them different things. I'm sure there's other things that they call these people that work for the FBI that we still don't know about, because from what I understand, and I think Bongino's talked about this, there were FBI agents, but I guess they called them something different that day. It's all parsing the language to pull it apart, so then you can find out, okay, is it a confidential human source? Is it an asset? Oh, we called them assets. Is it a temporary federal employee? Oh, we call them temporary federal employees. Oh, we didn't know that. How would I know to ask you, do you have any temporary federal employees that are deployed to January 6th? Then he would have to answer that question.
Yep. You know,
they're scumbags.
When I was a teenager, I'd sleep at my friend's house, and my mom would say, what'd you guys do last night? I'd say, what'd we do? We drank tequila and we chased girls, Mom. What do you think we did? And that's what we were doing. But I phrased it in such a way that she wouldn't think I was doing that.
No Cheese Whiz made the event. No Cheese Whiz, yeah.
Well, so just to put a bow on the Gates thing, if we got 435 members in the House, we got 100 senators. If we had a special counsel look into all 535 of them, how many of them you think we could get a report to be equal to the report, like what they're saying the Gates report reads like, of all of those members? And how would they feel about it?
Yeah, I would say half, and the other half would actually be things that would be actionable, that the DOJ would be like, yeah, we can't let this go.
Right.
I think they're that corrupt.
Since he was not charged.
That's why you have to make this stuff public, though. That's why you got to take this slush fund and make it public and put it out. What does that do? That means if anything else happens, it's public.
This is what Steve Bannon has been yelling about. The Gates needs to, on January 3rd, he was elected.
Yeah.
He needs to come back, take the oath, and it's game on. Who here, we want to play this game now?
Yes.
You guys released this report on me. I wasn't even charged. I have no ability to due process, defend myself. Let's come back. Okay, now let me work with Massey and some other guys, and let's just get it all out there.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's play ball, boys.
That's the way to do it. It will also stop this nonsense in the future if you know something else is it's going to come out if something else would happen in the future with anybody else. Yeah, that's good. I hope he follows that advice, but I'd hate to see Matt Gaetz sort of put his head in the sand a little bit and just try and run from it.
Bannon says that. He says going to do a talk show is surrender. Why would he think about doing that? So I don't know what's going to happen, but Bannon's made a strong case in the last couple of days about this. So, all right, 12 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. We're going to do some news with Kevin Downey Jr. when we get back. What's coming up in your news, Kev? Any big headlines you can warn us about there?
Oh, yeah. We got 7 Chinese nationals found snooping around one of our bases on Guam.
Interesting.
They took a boat from
on Guam.
Guam, yeah.
Oh. It could all 7 standing on one side?
Hope it doesn't.
Because
tip over.
It could tip over. All right, live from Studio 6B.
Look at what we got here.
Hey.
Thank you.
Cupcake Harry.
It's a Grinch. I love that.
Just walk in front of
Harry on the highway in the house, walking right in front of the camera.
Bringing Grinch cupcakes. That's amazing.
He just started doing TV. Welcome to the show.
All right, we're back right after this. What the hell are those, Harry?
Cupcakes.
Chat.
Oh, wow. I almost said her name.
Live in the chat. YouTube, Facebook, Getter, Rumble, X.
Oh, man.
Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, thumbs up, whatever platform
Thanks
you're
for the
on.
cupcakes, Harry.
Yeah, thanks. Harry.
Thank you. Right.
He was baking all today.
Yeah.
I saw him baking all day.
I know.
Flour.
And from what I understand, he made that frosting
Who's going to be the
from
first? Who's going to
scratch.
try one of those?
I will.
Oh, all right, Delgado, come on, try one of these.
Damien, that thing, the woman burning, he was fanning the flames to make it worse.
I saw that too.
I didn't mention it on air.
I don't know if that's the guy though. I watched that video. I don't know if it was somebody trying to thought maybe they could help put it out.
It
or if
looks
that
like
was the guy.
it looks like the same.
It does it.
Yeah. How are they?
I did that.
Horrific, man. Horrific. Thank you, Harry. That looks great.
Oh, those are chocolate?
Bye-bye.
Green, please. Thank you, sir.
The green matches.
We are having a
Thank you very
cupcake festival here today, ladies and gentlemen. What would you like? That is weird, wacky stuff you got there.
The green matches my
No, I'm good. I'm not going to do a cupcake.
I was going to say, now that you're licking your
Don't
fingers.
tempt me. Oh, man.
Damon, you want one?
No.
Got me a napkin.
Have you ever worked or been in a club with Seinfeld?
Harry, Farmer Brook says hi.
He's not a nice
Harry
guy.
says hello, Farmer Brook. And he wishes you
So
the best
standoffish, even
in
in other comics.
not going 0-5 this week.
Thank you, sir.
They seem to have a good rapport, him with others and so on. Would you say it's true, or is it just not true?
You got to read here, Damon.
Oh, nuts.
Where's
Harry,
Frank?
get your ass off the screen, someone said.
If you're an old-time New York comic, he's probably friendly.
Yes.
Harry
who
just
is it,
mooned the
Fran?
screen.
AMAC.
Like a
Christmas. I don't have enough time. Well, sound like the blues on a Monday night. You know, Donald Trump's done it again with his presidential victory and a red wave sweeping the House and Senate. Conservatives are back in the driver's seat. But as the fight to restore America begins, now is not the time to get complacent. You have the chance to be part of this movement, not just as a voter, but as a member of a powerful organization that takes its marching orders directly from you. And that, of course, is our friends over at AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. AMAC is the conservatives' alternative to AARP. We stand for faith, family, and freedom. We're fighting for the values that make America great. Just join AMAC today for $1. That covers your whole first year. $1 for 1 year with AMAC. That's right, just $1. Don't wait. Special offer ends December 31st. You got about a little over a week here to join AMAC. Great people, great organization. Donald Trump is building his team, and you can be a part of it. Join AMAC today. Help us continue the fight for a brighter, freer future. Visit amac.us/Studio 6B, amac.us/Studio 6B now to claim your $1 membership. Make your voice heard. That's amac.us/Studio 6B right there on your screen. Go there. Together, we can keep the momentum going. amac.us/Studio 6B year for $1. That is a great deal from the great people over at AMAC. And they do great work. And man, what you get for that, AMAC Magazine, just their website alone, some of the news, a lot of the news, sometimes the stories I find on AMAC.
They also have, it's a resource for getting things you need as you get older.
Yeah.
You know, AARP does it, but I'd rather use AMAC. They certainly have a much more sensible way of doing things, but there's great resources there for life insurance or, saving money.
And your health. Money's not going to fund the left.
You know your money
when it goes to AMAC. So.
And it's $1.
Yeah, $1 for your first year. I mean, I don't even know how you do that.
Yeah.
And they keep growing. They keep adding stuff. So it's cool.
I mean, I talk about MyPillow and the great stuff from Mike Lindell. By the way, promo code LFS6B. I don't know how they do it sometimes. 65% off by using our code. I don't even know how he makes money on some of the stuff. So, 19 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. The host of the Kevin Downey Jr. show is Kevin Downey Jr., 9 to 11.
Yes.
Weekday mornings, 103.9 LI News Radio, Long Island. Mr. Downey Jr., what's going on?
Thank you, Big D. So I was talking about, these Chinese nationals who found their way onto Guam. We have a couple of military bases there. Happen to have performed at both of them. Thank you very much.
Really?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I've been all over the world for the troops.
Catch a rising star in
Usually
Guam.
ours.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome, Kev. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Guam is one of my favorite places in the world.
Does it feel uneasy when you're there?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I saw the salad dodger. He's a big guy. He was going in one direction. My friends and I, three of us, had to go the other because you never know. You never know.
Might tip over.
So here's what's going on. They found these 7 Chinese nationals. They came over on a boat from Saipan. They weren't supposed to be there. 4 of them were snooping around the base. And see, Guam is important because it's one of the closer bases, 2 of the closer bases we have to China. And we lost Bagram, and that was a really, and so we don't want to lose these, but now they're snooping all over. Remember, a Chinese cat was caught flying a drone over a military base in San Diego. And these guys, they catch 2, maybe 2, 3 a week, snooping around bases, almost always Chinese. Now, we did a big ballistic test, and they just happened to be there on the day that they were testing this thing. And I don't know how that's the part that I really wonder about. How they know the test was that day. That tells me they've got spies all over the joint. So these drones, I'm thinking these are Chinese drones. Because I'm getting a real, it's the Chinese almost always looking after us. We caught a couple of people here illegally, who weren't from China. But I'm telling you, folks, we got a real problem. It's not getting any better. They catch at least 2, sometimes 3 a week. And we've got the Chinese spy base in Cuba. And we had a Russian ship hanging out with the Chinese there in Cuba. They're planning something. As always, they own the Panama Canal now. They will control it. They control it. China does. And I think Trump wants it back.
Yeah, Trump's taking a great. I think the president's right on the money on it, and I think he's taking a great position on it as well. And I saw I guess, was it the president of Panama? Is that what they call it there? The president of Panama took this, big boy, put his big boy pants on and tried to make a pretty hard stance. I don't know. He may be rethinking that. He may be rethinking that in a couple months.
Raul Molino is the president's name.
What did he say? Every inch of the Panama Canal belongs to Panama and will continue to do so, he said, or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll
see.
They don't understand Trumpism. Trump's basically saying, you get too much Chinese in there, okay?
Yeah.
Straighten it out, or we're gonna do it. Same thing with Greenland.
Yeah. Yes.
Denmark owns it. We protect it. It's a huge strategic place for us. We're not going to take over Greenland, but he's letting everybody know. This is important to us. You better start changing your behavior. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the Panama Canal. This is how he negotiates. He does exactly the same thing. I watched the CNN and MSNBC on this issue. They were like, Trump's out of his mind. They don't understand because they've never done anything in their lives.
Right.
They've never negotiated anything.
Yep.
It's like Canada.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's take Canada. Can't make it the 51st state, though. It's too big. It'd be too big. You got the provinces, so you got to divide those up.
But you can tweet, it was an honor to speak to the great governor of
the governor of Canada, the 51st state.
That's hilarious.
He's funny as hell, Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, Kev, what else is in the news that's caught your attention? Anything?
Well, this is bad. Ireland said, they called up Israel and said, hey, we want you to close your what do you call it here? Your consulate. We want you to close your embassy here in Dublin. We anymore. And which is interesting considering that Israel has, they've got embassies in Abu Dhabi, Manama, never heard of it, Dubai, Rabat, and Amman, never heard of those two, but no longer in Dublin. Now, why would they do that, you might be asking? Well, why would you raise the Hamas flag over the Capitol a couple of months back? There's the globalists, and that includes Iran. I'm telling you, folks, don't be surprised. They now have a crazy amount of sway over Ireland. Now, I will also say this. Ireland is not really good on their track record historically. They did send someone to Germany to mourn the loss of one Adolf Hitler back in 1945. Now, the way I see it, Ireland hates England so much, they will anyone that England loves, they're going to hate, and vice versa. And now we're seeing this. And of course, England has a lot of Muslims there, and they're taking that over too. I believe Ireland has fallen first, which I didn't see coming. I thought England was going to be the first one to bend the knee, which they kind of sort of have. But looks here like Hamas has a big friend in Dublin, which is kind of embarrassing for me as I am somewhat Irish and a little bit of French Canadian.
That's shocking. I can't believe that.
And a little bit French Canadian as well. So, yeah, it's looking pretty bad. It looks like Hamas and Iran, of course, they're buddying up to Ireland, and now they've kicked them out. They said, "Get your embassy out of here." That is a bad move. Now Trump is coming in. He's not going to like that. Trump is not going to like that, and I want to see where that goes. That should be fun. We also have 6 appliances Biden went after during his 4 years of tyranny to make the weather gooder. And this is going to end. But he went after clothes dryers, washing machines, and I believe he wanted the air conditioners.
Yep.
All of this, what? Make the weather better. Now, I wrote an article about a year ago called 57 Years of Climate Codswallop over at PJ Media. All the things that were supposed to happen that did not. Southern Florida did not sink. New York's Manhattan's West Side Highway isn't underwater. None of it has come true. They've been wrong for over half a century. But they keep sticking to this because this is how they wish to control us. And this is our time. We have 4 years to get Trump to wrap this up and kick it out the door.
All right, live from Studio 6B. We're back right after this.
Here, let me check. I'll plug mine.
Yes.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. No, it works fine.
Both Capricorns.
It could be
This thing?
the earpiece. Yeah. The headerpiece.
Thank you. Let me...
You could have a bad header.
Aaron, let me know that we have a
Try.
connection. And if there's any problems,
You know what? I
I
wonder
forwarded
if it's
somebody
this
that
one.
email today for that girl.
It could be that.
Oh, okay.
Have Harry call her.
Maybe it was not on right?
Got the headerpiece?
Let's see. Did I give you my wire?
No. I think I gave you my.
You guys are doing electrical work right now? This is
Yeah.
You only
very
gave
impressive.
me the. You only gave me the box.
Great.
Did you not have?
No, I did. I swear.
Because that would be why it didn't work.
Definitely plugged in. I just pulled it out. I wonder if it fell.
No. Must be behind.
Oh, it could be.
I like this set. It's nice. Very comfortable.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. You know, you're missing a big piece of that. Let's try this. Maybe this part.
Plug it in.
Racing Banshee, you're welcome on X.
talk.
Thank you very much. Do. On X, got to go. Merry Christmas.
Kevin,
Have a
can you
great
hear me?
week.
Kevin, can you hear me? No.
I can hear you fine.
Damon looking like Fetterman with the hoodie on. Thank you.
You do got that Fetterman outfit there, man. You do.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's good. I'd say you're in good company now.
I give a crap as much as he does, too, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
We're about on the same
know what?
page when it comes to that.
I think it's the thing it plugs into is not tight.
I mean, he's a senator, right? Congressman, rather. He should dress a little better.
Check.
Damon, great show this morning. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Try that one. Put this one here.
Real Prince style. Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend.
I haven't
That
heard
doesn't
from
work.
Real Prince. I was worried about it. Real Prince doll. I haven't heard from him. Great show.
Might be the other.
30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Christmas Eve special. Vinnie Max here, Rick Delgado, Kevin Downey Jr. I just checked in with Slick because I was starting to get worried. I wanted to make sure he was okay. I didn't necessarily whether he makes it or not. I was more worried that something had happened. But he says he's fine. He's on his way. Got a little late out of the party. Had to give a speech, so he's fine. He's okay. He's maybe making it here before the end of the show. Aaron Fran holding it down. Harry on the highway as well. And you know, it's that time of year again, holiday season, New Year's right around the corner. You know what that means for all of us. New Year's resolutions. We'll be going over all of our New Year's resolutions here later in the week on the show. But, of course, millions of you will be hitting the gym after you stuff your face the next 2 days, hope of dropping the extra weight, getting into better shape. And we thought, what better time to have an expert come on and tell us what else we can do to get our health back in order as we head into 2025. And that, of course, is our friend Dr. Holly Lucille on behalf of Pure Health Research. Welcome her back to the show. Dr. Lucille, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me. I love your set. Who plays the guitar?
Well, I play it. Vin likes to act like he plays it.
Yes.
Delgado, I don't think you play the guitar.
Yeah, I air guitar really well.
Air guitar. Yeah. And Kev, what do you do?
Drums.
Okay, Kevin plays the drums. So that's the thing. I was the music.
I'll come in with a low end on the bass, and then we can just jam out together.
Okay,
sure.
Very good. I was the music major here on the set. I don't think anybody else was.
So Damon can play. Okay, Raymond can really play.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
And I did sing in a band.
Okay. And Rick sang in a band. He wore that jacket, too, when they were on stage. So
it's wonderful. Look at me.
Well, Dr. Lucille, I know you work closely with Pure Health Research. We've talked about, obviously, been on the show before. And they make wonderful health supplements as well. So what can you tell us, number one, about the company?
There's so many things. Thank you for asking. Okay, I think the first thing is I love their commitment to quality. They only use premium natural ingredients in their formulas, and there's quite a bit of them. Okay, so every ingredient used is proven effective by clinical studies. So if you go to their website, purehealthresearch.com, and you look at the 45 different premium supplements that they have, you will see the ingredients in them, and you will also see the clinically studied that tells us that the ingredients make sense for why they're in the formula. So it's like basically having a natural pharmacy right at your fingertips. Like, it's just the quality, the transparency, and the clinical evidence, informed and evidence-based products that they make. I love it.
So, I mean, how do you advise somebody who goes there, as you just said, let's say 45 or so, maybe more, maybe less? Do you have like a top three that people should be looking at, and does it vary by age? What's most important to the body at those ages? What do you suggest when it comes to that?
It's a great question. So I think their top three for right now, liver health formula, we've talked about this a lot. So big fan favorite, 2 million bottles sold already. The name implies the formula supports thriving liver health. What does that mean for people? They feel better, right? It reduces fat deposits. It ignites the metabolism. It can trim the belly fat that is so stubborn. It flushes out harmful toxins. This is the season, as you well know, where we're going to imbibe just a little bit more with sugar, alcohol, and all of those things. So it is time to supplement your lifestyle and protect. The other thing they have that's top is lymph support. So anyone struggling with swelling in their legs, ankles, feet, they're going to love this formula. It helps flush out that extra fluid, alleviates uncomfortable swelling or tightness. And then what we knew in the pandemic is that 12% of the American people only 12% are metabolically healthy, right? That means, is your blood sugar out of control? Do you have type 2 diabetes? Are you headed for metabolic syndrome with your triglycerides being elevated, your cholesterol being elevated, your blood sugar, your A1C being elevated? We saw that in the research. So the other amazing bestseller, blood sugar formula, yes, it helps support healthy blood sugar levels. And so it makes it easier to stay away from those tempting sweets because it reduces appetite and those sugar cravings. So those are the top three that I could think of right now.
All right, very good. There you go. And if you want to head over to purehealthresearch.com, where you can find more information about the 45 products and some of the top ones that Dr. Lucille just mentioned, And they have them there risk-free for the next 48 hours. 48 hours. So listen up. You can save 50% on your order with promo code VOICE. You're protected by the 365-day money-back guarantee, so you risk nothing by giving them a try. But again, this incredible 50% discount is only available for the next 48 hours. So shop and save now before it's too late. Go to Pure Health Research, all one word, purehealthresearch.com. Save 50% on your order with promo code VOICE. Dr. Lucille, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks so much. Merry Christmas.
Right. You too. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
You too. Thank you. All right, there you go. Head over there, purehealthresearch.com. Save 50% with promo code VOICE.
She nailed it, by the way. Out all the time. I'm in the gym. Love handles and that little bell. I can't get rid of it. And what she just said, I'm going to order the product.
There you go. That could be what you're looking for, Vin.
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
All right, let's do some news here at 36 past the hour. And with the news is Rick Delgado. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, so much going on a couple days there before Christmas. And this one kind of got my attention. I think we were talking about this a little bit earlier as well. But in terms of, President Trump and his administration and in trying to regain control of the Panama Canal, he says the United States foolishly ceded its Central American ally, contending that shippers are charged ridiculous fees to pass through a vital transportation channel linking the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. And he's suggesting his new administration could try to regain control of it. Panama's conservative president, Jose Raul Molino, as I mentioned earlier, who was just elected last May, on a pro-business platform, roundly rejected that notion as an affront to his country's sovereignty. The Republican president-elect comment came during his first major rally since winning the White House. He also basked in his return to power as a large audience of conservatives cheered along. This is coming from the AP, so you could tell by the way they kind of word things. Addressing his supporters at Turning Point USA in Arizona over the weekend, Trump pledged that his Dream Team cabinet would deliver a booming economy, seal the U.S. borders, and quickly settle wars in the Middle East. Speaking about his cabinet, Rand Paul was talking to Maria Bartiromo about this very thing over the weekend. Here's cut number 5, where Rand Paul talks with Maria Bartiromo, and he kind of tips his hand as to what he thinks it's going to happen when it comes time for nominations to meet with the Senate and some votes. This is cut 5, Rand Paul.
Are you going to be supporting all of President Trump's nominees for his cabinet?
I couldn't be happier with his nominees. I couldn't have picked better. I mean, some of them are people exactly I would have picked. Marty McCary at FDA, Jay Bhattacharya at NIH, Bobby Kennedy, Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, just the list goes on and on. Pete Hegseth, good people. And yes, the vast majority I will support. On day one, we'll try to get Kristi Noem through Department of Homeland Security. Russ Vogt for OMB. We're going to work hard to get, I think in the first week, you'll have a half a dozen of them approved in the first week. I will control one committee, and that committee I pledge to get them through as quickly as possible. All
right. We'll be watching your work, Senator. Great to see you this morning. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's great news. And again, coming from Rand Paul, making sure he wants to make sure that President Trump gets his cabinet, gets him in as quickly as possible. Speaking of what's going on in D.C. or what's not going on, we talk about term limits all the time, and this next story is another perfect example of why we need term limits. As retiring GOP Congresswoman Kay Granger. Did you hear about Kay Granger there, Dave?
Not only have I heard about it, but I've made some comments on it, and I'm taking a lot of incoming about it because it's just another endorsement in a year that we could have got rid of her when we had a real MAGA conservative challenger that unfortunately she got the almighty endorsement of the most powerful man in the party, and she won re-election, and now look.
Yeah. Well, Representative Kay Granger, if you haven't heard, suffered a very rapid decline since moving into her retirement facility. Apparently, she's been in there for quite some time, almost 6 months at this point. Nobody's seen hide nor hair of her. Last she was seen, I believe, they found her wandering around her district. According to her son, Brandon Granger, he told the New York Post that his mother made the decision to move into the retirement community on her own. No, she didn't. Though she has since shown signs of dementia over the past 3 months. The 81-year-old congresswoman who did not seek re-election is retiring. You could say she's already been retired. Has largely remained absent from the Capitol in recent months, having last cast a vote July the 24th. She was not present for more than 50% of the votes. 54% actually is the precise number of the votes this year. Her absence first reported by the Dallas Express last Friday in a piece that quoted a constituent in her district who said Granger was residing in a memory care facility in Texas. She's 81. She should have never been reelected. A source at Granger's office denying that the Congresswoman was at the facility's memory care unit. The source at Granger was residing in a retirement facility where memory care is provided, especially to Kay Granger. I threw that part in.
Hey, she voted more than Obama did. In her condition, she still did a lot more than Obama did when he was a senator.
Yeah. It's just insane that these are the types of people that we need to make sure never see. I'm good with 65. You know, is that the retirement age that they say most people should retire at 65? Yeah. Why can't that apply to Congress? I don't know why. Because let's face it, you end up with these situations. And again, completely useless for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Kay Granger.
Slickster, how are you?
I'm doing good. Who's retiring at 65? Nobody I know in this table.
Not
Get
in
out
my
of here.
book either,
That ain't happening in this lifetime. I'm doing good, Big D.
How was your party?
It was a little excessive, but very nice. Great client of mine. I could not leave. I broke my heart, but I wanted to get here with my brothers at least to say Merry Christmas before the week wraps up for you guys.
Well, we're glad you made it. I was getting a little worried about you, but I texted you and you said I'm okay. I'm on my way.
Yeah, he wasn't wandering around the district.
Yeah,
no, I was good. I behaved myself.
I wanted to make sure you weren't hanging out with Kay Granger. You know?
Right.
No.
Right, at a memory care facility.
Big D, do you smell a bar mat?
No.
Someone said something about
Smell some Balvenie or something.
Lampshade.
All right, I got one last. This is my Christmas crime story. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
Okay. I believe we have a picture of this headline. Yes. A woman accused of trying to steal a Christmas tree by hiding it in her... Wahoo! Yes, a Walmart in Cincinnati faced one of the strangest shoplifting attempts in history. Yesterday, a would-be thief lost consciousness while trying to insert a 7-foot-tall plastic Christmas tree into her personal cavity. According to the police report, 43-year-old Wanda Brown took a 7.5-foot slim Yuletide, I guess not that slim, into the store's restroom with the intent...
There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one at my you-know-what as well.
With the intent of inserting it somewhere into her body to seal it.
Baby is wide
Unfortunately for her, the pain caused was too great. And she lost consciousness. She was found
Merry Christmas, everybody.
in a blood pool and senseless on the floor in the middle of the bathroom.
Delgado.
We almost made it. We almost made it.
What? It's Christmas crime.
Yeah, Christmas crime.
There was a holiday theme to that.
Yes,
You're right.
it was.
It's got something.
What? I thought I was doing news. See, it's right here.
I'm like doing noose for this show.
It's right here.
Farmer Brooke wants to know what kind of discount did they put on that tree?
Farmer Brooke, we're going to get to him Friday at the Oddsmakers.
We've been getting to him all night.
We can't wait for him.
We're going to get to him all week.
Come on, Farmer Brooke, bring it.
Come on, boy.
It came pre-lit, too.
Like your jacket.
The one tree a cat won't climb. My show today too, and I knew the story. I was like, "Is he going to say it?" But I was like, "He won't. He's been on radio."
Oh my god!
Vahoo.
Is that a real story?
That's a real story.
Baloney.
They have police quoted in here as well.
What outfit put that out?
What outfit?
What outfit put that out?
Well,
that outfit, you know the outfit.
Walmart in Cincinnati is not denying the story.
Oh, Walmart in Cincinnati. That's got a lot
Where
of
did you
creed.
get the headline from?
I saw it over the weekend.
On what platform?
I think I saw it on you. On X.
No answer.
On Nutter.
I
saw it on X.
It's on Nutter.
Yada, yada, yada TV, I believe.
I saw it on X. Yeah, it was on Facebook and X.
Anybody
So
watching
very
the show?
creative. Photoshop. That doesn't mean anything. Where's the original article printed?
The only article I found on it is called "Not Allowed."
So again,
You already lost him. Not allowed.
Not allowed. Real story.
Not allowed.
Made up fake
not
news
made up.
story. Delgado
No, this
fake
is a real
news.
story.
We're going to start a Delgado fake
This
news
is a real
segment.
story.
We're going to start it. Haven't we been running there for 5 years?
I found it on the internet.
Starts
It's a
at
real
10 o'clock.
story.
Was it with ornaments or without?
It was only pre-lit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is
Delgado's pretty
outrageous. I'm not going into Walmart ever again.
Do you guys sell any tree lube? What?
Fine scented tree lube, please.
So I found the story going back to 2019.
Oh, so they've been running this scam for 6 years, and Delgado just fell for
I
it
just
now?
found it.
Oh, my God.
It's Christmas crime.
Better late than never there, Rick.
I got to tell you, Christmas crime is that is hilarious. When you said that tonight, we used to do one whole episode of it.
I got more Christmas crime stories.
Do you?
There's a bunch of them from the past years that have just been horrific.
Sure, if you want, yeah. I'll give you an update on Monday Night Football, 21-0. Green Bay is
Even
up.
Family Guy did an episode called Christmas Crime.
Not a lot of sports here, but
Look
yeah,
at that.
I'll do something.
How about that shit? I can say that, right?
Right, now you can.
I was the show
12
tonight.
murders of Christmas, shocking murders that have happened over the years at Christmas.
I see we have craft services tonight.
Yeah.
The commissary was excellent.
Really?
Yeah. They really did themselves. I got live from Studio 6B commissary. It's very impressive.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What'd you order tonight? Rigatoni alla vaca?
I got a couple stab man in face, bash his skull, and set light to him on Christmas Day.
There you go. My cousin texted me from Alaska. He knows I love Trump. He goes, I'm not a Trump fan, but this is hilarious. He goes, Trump's changing the name of Denali Mountain back to Mount McKinley.
Live from Studio 6B, 13 to the hour on a Christmas Eve night. Vinnie Mac's been here. Rick Delgado. We have no more time for news with him. Kevin Downey Jr. And the Slickster's now here. Slick
Yes,
Rick, Aaron and Fran holding it down. Harry on the highway in the house as well. Slickster's in from his party. We'll do some quick sports so he has a chance to tell us what's going on. Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell, MyPillow. LFSB is the promo code to use if you shop at MyPillow. Great stuff from Mike. Great stuff made in America. Great discount with code LFS6B. Slickster, what's going on?
All right, Big D. Well, you got a good Monday Night Football game right now at halftime. Green Bay Packers looking to make a move in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to win the NFC North because Detroit seems to have a throttle hold on that, as well as the Minnesota Vikings. But at 10-4, Green Bay's looking for that wild card spot, which I believe they've already secured. And they're up 21-0 over the Saints. Of course, the Saints had a lot of injuries. Derek Carr is out. But at the half, up 21-0 at frozen Lambeau Field on the frozen tundra, Big D. So 21 zip, and I think they got that game pretty much in hand. Let's see, 4 of 8, 56 yards for Rattler, the New Orleans quarterback. So defense is obviously shutting it down. But again, like I said, we'll have an update on coming in on Thursday night, and then of course we'll be back to odds makers on Friday night. We got a big odds makers, and of course we can't wait for our picks, right, Big D? Farmer Brook is going to be bringing the wood, I heard, right? Is that true?
Farmer Brook has called me out on multiple occasions. He sent a video saying that he will not be intimidated this week, and in his return to the odds makers after going 1-3, his first appearance, we're allowing him back because he says he's going to go 5-0. We're going to do 5. Delgado had a great idea before he told the Christmas tree story. He was on a good roll. 5 picks, so he can't go 2-2. He's either going to go 2-3 losing record, 3-2 winning record,
bragging rights.
Even neither of those is acceptable to me. It's either got to be 4-1 to redeem himself fully. Anything less than that, 3-2 is at least winning. I'll give him that. But anything less than that, and I mean, I don't know what the, I don't know.
And I understand you filled in for me on Friday, and you went 3-1. Big D. Not
that's
bad.
exactly right, Slickster.
Thank you very much. I'll take that. I got to try to catch Erin. She's hard to catch because she's doing such a great job this year. But you know what? 3-1. I'll take that, Big D. Thank you very much. And we got obviously a big odds makers coming up Monday night, next Monday's show, because we got all the bowl games coming up, right? And here's a story that ties right in. Legendary Texas mascot Bevo is banned from upcoming college football playoff game, Dylan Gwynn of Breitbart, where you see the Texas Texas Longhorns, you expect to see the most famous Longhorn of all, the team mascot, Bevo, but you won't see him at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl on Saturday. You want to know why? That's because Peach Bowl organizers claim Bevo is just too big. We love all the great traditions of college football, and no doubt Bevo is one of the best, but the unfortunate reality is there simply is not enough room on the sidelines of Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Peach Bowl organizers wrote in a statement released on Monday. That's ridiculous. So anyway, with the constraints...
Not enough room for the Texas Longhorn?
Their mascot, do you believe this? Bevo. With the constraints of the stadium and prioritizing the safety of Bevo, the players, all the network cameras, support staff, cheerleaders, and photographers, we unfortunately will not be able to have Bevo on the field at the CFP quarterfinal at the Chick-fil-A Bowl, Peach Bowl, that is. This will be Bevo's second missed game in the last 3. This is unbelievable. Where's the beef, Big D? Come on, got to get Bevo on the sideline there, the old Texas
You did say it's the Chick-fil-A. No.
Well, it is Chick-fil-A, but we're talking beef. We're not talking chicken here.
Yeah.
The legendary mascot was also notably absent from the SEC game, also at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, when the Longhorns tangled with the Georgia Bulldogs. Of course, it's probably better to separate Bevo from Georgia's mascot Uga. After all, who can forget the 2019 Sugar Bowl clash between Texas and Georgia when Bevo smashed through a barricade and tried to murder Uga, the British Bulldog.
That's terrible.
But Texas won its first playoff game against Clemson, 38-24. Texas is the odds-on favorite to win the national championship. I'm going Longhorns.
That's the Manning kid, right?
And
Manning?
I picked...
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I picked Texas last week for you.
I know a woman who will sneak Bevo in.
Yeah?
Does she steal Christmas trees?
Oh, man, this story, it's going to go off the deep end. But yeah, and the Longhorns are the favorite. Listen, Georgia's going to have something to say about this, obviously.
What do you have there in your pocketbook, ma'am?
Yep.
I'm not afraid of no Longhorn.
We're going to have ducks, dogs, and cows. We'll see what happens because the Oregon Ducks are going to have something to say as well. They're sitting at number 1. A damn good team as well.
How do you walk with that thing?
Remember, Quinn, was it Quinn Evers is the quarterback?
Yeah, Quinn Evers
Texas?
is the starting QB for
Manning's
Texas.
the backup.
Manning's the backup, yeah.
He's the
Manning's
freshman.
the backup.
Well,
freshman.
he's a freshman. He's
a sophomore.
Yeah.
Oh, sophomore?
He's a second-year player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, second year. So his time will come. Usually, sophomore year usually starts to see. Junior, he'll start next year. But yeah, Evers, he's a senior. This is the last year, and they're going to go with him. And that's wrapping sports. Big deal.
All right, Slick, very good. I'm glad you made it. What do you guys do for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day? Quickly, we all gave our menus and rundown. What do you do?
Well, it's all about the birds. We gotta actually tape a video tomorrow night dancing with my elves instead of dancing with myself. The great '80s song, of course. But Billy Idol, dancing with my elf. We're gonna do that, and then obviously we're gonna go to Mom's. We're gonna cook dinner. This will be my first Christmas without my dad, and everybody. Not everybody, but a lot of us have gone through that, and man, that's gonna be tough. But we'll be there for Mom. We'll have a good time and do the best we can. Right, Vin? That's that first Christmas without Dad.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, the matriarchs of the family, you know?
Yep, and the patriarch is indeed.
Well, we'll all be thinking about you, Slick, too.
Thank you, Big
and
Dick.
your family, and all our best to everybody, and we hope you have a wonderful week. So,
Now I want to see that video.
just quickly before we wrap up, Vinnie Mac, any other thoughts on anything going on? Or
Yeah, one thing that caught my eye that we haven't addressed, and I don't think Trump has fully addressed, is the education system in the school and how liberalized it is. Because there was a report that came out today with some liberal arts school in Massachusetts. They're having, I'm trying to make sure I get this right, a course titled White Supremacy in the Age of Trump. And it just kind of struck me that...
Good gravy.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. But it struck me because here's one area that has been a little overlooked in all the rhetoric we've been hearing, through all the things that Trump is trying to change, and federal monies that go to a lot of colleges. And we still have this liberalization, this brainwashing of young people in this country. And if we're going to fix this country and the things that Trump's going to do, which we are 1,000,000% behind, we do need to pay some attention to these young people whose brains are being washed with this crazy, crazy thinking. This is, I don't know if this is an outlier or not. It's a stupid course. It makes no sense. This is a school doing it in Massachusetts. But I bet you if we started having discussions about universities and schools all over the country, we'd find stuff like this. So how do you put a stop to that? And I think it's a subject that has to be talked about much more so now. And Trump got a lot of the young vote, which did surprise me because of all this brainwashing that's gone on. but I haven't heard anybody really talking about it to that level. So that's about the last thing that's been on my mind today regarding
KDJ,
education.
anything final from you?
Yeah, the Pinko Harridan, who runs the state of Massachusetts, Maura Healey, she's decided, hey, we're not a sanctuary state after all. And she's walking back everything she said about, I'm going to battle Trump, and we're not going to give anyone up. Someone must have put the word in, because now she's saying, we're not a sanctuary state. Yeah, come and take them. I think she's finally starting to read the writing on the wall.
She saw Tom Homan's interview with Ben Bergquam over in Arizona and thought, well, let me rethink this. So, all right, well, gentlemen, I hope you all have a great week. Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you have a wonderful couple days with family and celebrate the birth of our Lord. And to everybody in the audience, Merry Christmas as well to all of you, to everybody who works on the show, Aaron, Fran, Harry, everybody at Real America's Voice, Parker, Zen Master, everybody on the network, all the hosts, everybody who's watching. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas. And, of course, most of all, to you, the audience, the 6B audience. We couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't do it without you. We hope you have a great week. I hope you have a nice Merry Christmas. Spend some time with family. Reflect on the year. Get ready for a new year in 2025. A busy year it will be. All of us here on the show, Merry Christmas, everybody. We love you. Thanks for everything you do. Vin, Merry Christmas. All the guys. Everybody have a great week. As always, we salute our military, active and inactive, police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, everybody on the front lines protecting us, all our truckers, all our farmers, everybody that keeps the country moving. Aaron, Frank, great job as always. Harry on the highway, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Enjoy it, everybody. We will see you Thursday night. We're back then. Merry Christmas. Have a great week. Thanks.